The man approached my office door half an hour earlier than usual. He didn't sound right. His footsteps fell more heavily, jauntily, and he whistled. A new guy. He whistled his way to my front door, then fell silent for a moment. Then he laughed. Then he knocked. I winced. My mail comes through the mail slot unless it's registered. I get a really limited selection of registered mail, and it's never good news. I got up out of my office chair and opened the door. The new mailman, who looked like a basketball with arms and legs and a sunburned, balding head, was chuckling at the sign on the glass door. He glanced at me and hooked a thumb toward the sign. "You're kidding, right?" I read the sign. People change it occasionally, and shook my head. "No, I'm serious. Can I have my mail, please?" "So, like parties, shows, stuff like that?" He looked past me as though he expected to see a white tiger, or possibly some skimpily clad assistants prancing around my one-room office. I sighed, not in the mood to get mocked again, and reached for the mail he held in his hand. "No, not like that. I don't do parties." He held on to it, his head tilted curiously. "So what, some kind of fortune teller? Cards and crystal balls and things?" "No," I told him. "I'm not a psychic." I tugged at the mail. He held on to it. "What are you, then?" "What's the sign on the door say?" "It says Harry Dresden, wizard." "That's me," I confirmed. "An actual wizard?" he asked, grinning as though I should let him in on the joke. "Spells and potions, demons and incantations, subtle and quick to anger?" "Not so subtle." I jerked the mail out of his hand and looked pointedly at his clipboard. "Can I sign for my mail, please?" The new mailman's grin vanished and replaced with a scowl. He passed over the clipboard to let me sign for the mail, another late notice from my landlord, and said, "You're a nut. That's what you are." He took his clipboard back and said, "You have a nice day, sir." I watched him go. "Typical," I muttered, and shut the door. My name is Harry Blackstone Copperfield Dresden. Conjure it by your own risk. I'm a wizard. I work out of an office in Midtown Chicago. As far as I know, I'm the only openly practicing professional wizard in the country. You can find me in the Yellow Pages, under Wizards. Believe it or not, I'm the only one there. My ad looks like this. Harry Dresden, wizard. Lost items found, paranormal investigations, consulting, advice, reasonable rates, no love potions, endless purses, parties, or other entertainment. You'd be surprised how many people call just to ask me if I'm serious. But then, if you'd seen the things I'd seen, if you knew half of what I knew, you'd wonder how anyone would not think I was serious. The end of the 20th century and the dawn of the new millennium had seen something of a renaissance in the public awareness of the paranormal. Psychics, haunts, vampires, you name it. People still didn't take them seriously, but all the things science had promised us hadn't come to pass. Disease was still a problem, starvation was still a problem, violence and crime and war were still problems. In spite of the advance of technology, things hadn't just changed the way everybody had hoped and thought they would. Science, the largest religion of the 20th century, had become somewhat tarnished by images of exploding space shuttles, crack babies, and a generation of complacent Americans who had allowed the television to raise their children. People were looking for something. I think they just didn't know what. And even though they were once again starting to open their eyes to the world of magic and the arcane that had been with them all the while, they still thought I must be some kind of joke. Anyway, it had been a slow month, a slow pair of months, actually. My rent from February didn't get paid until the 10th of March, and it was looking like it might be even longer until I got caught up for this month. My only job had been the previous week when I'd gone down to Branson, Missouri to investigate a country singer's possibly haunted house. It hadn't been. My client hadn't been happy with that answer, and had been even less happy when I suggested he lay off any intoxicating substances and try to get some exercise and sleep, and see if that didn't help things more than any exorcism. I'd gotten travel expenses plus an hour's pay, and gone away feeling I'd done my honest, righteous, and impractical thing. I heard later he hired a shyster psychic to come in and perform a ceremony with a lot of incense and black lights. Some people. I finished up my paperback and tossed it into the done box. There was a pile of red and discarded paperbacks in the cardboard box on one side of my desk. The spine's bent and the pages mangled. I'm terribly hard on books.